stage shelf.
I'm here with Tope Babalola, the star writer director of The Delivery. Tope, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. I'm so excited to talk about this movie with you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I got a chance to watch it the other day, and I was honestly blown away. I see the work and passion that you put into that movie, and it was so inspiring to watch as someone who is in the film and media industry to see someone around my age just doing something at that level is was such a treat to see. So thank you for sharing it with me.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Um, my first question for you is, I was wondering what movies, TV shows, or any other forms of media inspired you in making The Delivery?
hmm well, I've always been a very big mystery fan. And so I kind of grew up reading a lot of mystery books. So I was big, like Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew, definitely grew up on a lot of that. And then I guess like my love of books kind of translated into my love of movies. And so I watched a lot of like mystery TV shows, mystery films, and some like older, some newer. I was a big fan of like Sherlock Holmes, like any Sherlock Holmes content that was out there, I was watching it. And so I remember like I think in high school or middle school, like the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes films were definitely some of my favorites. A little bit later when like Knives Out and Glass Onion came out, those are also my favorites. And so basically, yeah, just I love like mystery, but then also even just like mystery with like elements of comedy in it as well were definitely some of my biggest inspirations. And so for like the delivery, we definitely took a lot of visual references from like older like film noir style detective films just for like more of an aesthetic, but it definitely still had more of like a modern kind of feel to it. So that's where you kind of get your Glass Onion, your Knives Out. But yeah, it's definitely like a hodgepodge of a bunch of different references.
So you've been filmmaking for a while. You've been posting videos for many years, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but this has to be one of, if not the biggest project you have ever done. If that is so, I was wondering what was your biggest obstacle when making this movie, and as an extension of that, what surprised you, for better or worse, the most about working on a movie of this size?
Yeah. So yeah, this definitely has been the biggest project that I've worked on so far. And yeah, so I've been like writing since I was a kid. So I started like writing novels, and then I was doing that from like elementary school to like middle school, and I kind of switched over to screenwriting in high school. And so when I was like in high school and even like in my first like I guess all of my years of university, I was also like doing like independent film projects, but it was definitely much smaller scale. I was just using my DSLR and I was writing everything. I was shooting everything, and it was definitely I was taking on a lot of the roles, wearing a lot of hats, and it was nice to be able to with the delivery work with a team. And so this is that was the second short film that I've done since I finished film school. But this one was definitely much bigger in scope. And it was three night shoots in Stratford, Ontario. And so it was definitely tricky and definitely something I could never have done on my own. So I think the nice thing about it was just having so many pe talented people on board just to be able to kind of handle their own departments and kind of all work together collaboratively. And so that was definitely the biggest thing. And I think the challenge was just that it was three night shoots and in like not the middle of nowhere, but three night shoots. And it was a team that had never really worked together before. There's some people that I had known from film school who I had worked on some stuff before, but then it was also a mix of them and also a lot of really talented friends that I've met through content creation. And so just bringing kind of this team together for three night shoots was a little just like my from a producer standpoint was just like okay, like we actually have to finish all of this and getting this team together. I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I guess like as far as something that surprised me, this is I've said it like a billion times now, but this is like probably the smoothest shoot I have ever been a part of.
Wow.
And so yeah, the team just worked amazingly together. Everyone had a great time, and I think it really shows like in the final product that like this was just the result of like really talented people coming together and just working really really well together. And yeah, like it was almost weird how like effortless it was and how like things just kind of went off without a hitch. So, I mean, I can't complain.
I want to talk a bit about the writing with you because that's one of the things I love most about the delivery. I love the slow escalation with the tension with everything. I was wondering if the mix of crime, drama, and comedy were always what you intended to make with the delivery, or was it something you found you wanted to have in the middle of the writing process or in the middle of making the movie? Was that always what you intended?
It was, yeah. So I think despite appearances, I feel like I give off the impression that I'm a very serious person, but I don't think I can stay serious for too long, and I think I use humor as my way to kind of just like navigate life. And so I feel like with my writing, especially, even when something is a little bit more on like the serious side, I feel like I'm always kind of throwing in a joke there just to add some levity. And so like this with this film, it definitely kind of was heavily inspired obviously by my love of film and my love of like mystery and detectives and stuff like that. But like I think I remember when I was kind of coming up with the concept for this, I was like, I feel like I want to do a mystery film. And then I don't know what exactly came over me, but I was just like, what if there was just like this really kind of classic detective noir kind of film, and then all of a sudden it was just interrupted in the most ridiculous way. And so yeah, so it's definitely started off as something really serious, but I was like, how do I make this so that it's not exactly what you would think going into it? And so that's where what if there was like the victim of a murder ordered a pizza like right before he died, and the pizza ended up showing up a little too late, and it was right in the middle of an investigation. And so like it was really that simple, I guess, of how it kind of came to be. And so it was then just a matter of kind of molding this mystery, and then having this pizza guy kind of interject every now and then. So I guess as I was writing it, when I was kind of like getting the outline, I still needed to actually think of this mystery and kind of like do that kind of independently, but then also now find a way to not only have this pizza guy kind of interrupt the investigation at certain points, but then also kind of tie him into the overall like mystery. And so I always knew that I wanted the pizza guy to kind of be, even though he's interrupting the investigation, I always wanted him, his presence is kind of what helps the detective solve the mystery.
Mhm.
And so I was kind of trying to find a way to kind of like have this mystery and comedy elements that seem like they're interrupting each other, but eventually like it's like one couldn't have happened without the other. And so the mystery is solved because this guy keeps constantly interrupting. So it was definitely a process of just like I always knew they were gonna both like the comedy was gonna be a part of the mystery, but it was just trying to find a way to connect them was the trickiest thing.
And my final question for you is, if you are planning to make more movies, more projects like this in the future, I was wondering what you took away from this experience that you're gonna use for the rest of your career as a writer, director, star, whatever it may be.
Well, yeah, I'm actually in the process of working on a new short film. We're going to be shooting this summer.
Nice.
As far as like tone goes, it's very different. We're definitely this is much more of a rom-com this time around. And so thankfully, a lot of the team that worked on the delivery is going to be coming back for this new film, which I'm really excited about because like I just loved working with this team last year, and so knowing that they were all like super eager to come back and work on another project, we're definitely going much bigger this time around. This film is going to be taking place at a wedding.
Okay.
So yeah, so there's a lot more. It's like, even bigger in scope and scale, which is exciting, but also a little terrifying, just because it's just a bigger kind of beast to wrangle. But I guess as far as things that like I learned from the delivery that I'm going to be bringing on to like even just my future of filmmaking, it's like finding a good team, I think, is like the most important thing. And for me, like I just really wanted to make sure that like the people I work with, it's so important to me that like not only that I can like get along with them, that I work well with them, but like they can like I mean like but like they're open to like sharing their ideas and doing all of these things that are really helpful as far as filmmaking goes. And so I think yeah, just like having a great team is the reason why I'm not so worried about kind of going into all of this because like they just did such a great job last time.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think even just as far as like when you get to like work with people a few times, or like you really start to get to know how you work. And so the exciting thing about this new project is that we've been moving so much faster just because we've all worked together before and like we're kind of coming back in our in similar roles. And so it's really just we can kind of just like hop back into it and we know how each other work. And so as far as like coming up with ideas and things like that, it's just much more I feel like people are a little bit more open to like sharing their own ideas and kind of figuring out how we can make it all work. And yeah, no, it's just
Mhm.
it's a collaborative process at the end of the day, and I'm really excited about it.
I hate to put you on the spot, but do you know any idea of like maybe when the delivery is gonna like be shown? Like, do you know where it's gonna be shown next, or maybe when the public can maybe see it?
Mhm.
If the answer you don't know, then you don't know. I just wanted to ask.
Yeah, so I mean, we just got accepted into the Kingston International Film Festival.
Congratulations.
Thank you, in London. So that's going to be in June. And so I think we're like kind of nearing the end of its festival run, and I definitely wanted to give it a proper festival run before I kind of made it available to the public. So I think the plan is eventually to put it on YouTube
Great.
when that entire run is done. And I've been saying kind of like the end of summer is kind of like when that's going to be available. So I guess in like the next few months or so. But I've also been told that I should really do like one last kind of like private screening in Toronto. So where I kind of invited because a lot of people that I'm friends with who weren't a part of the film haven't seen it yet, and like because I think it's screened in Toronto a handful of times, but it was like right in the like right near the holidays, and so a lot of people were busy and weren't able to make it. And so I am kind of I'm warming up to the idea of kind of doing one final screening. I guess not even just a private screening, but yeah, like one last kind of public screening, maybe like rent out a theater or something
Hmm.
and kind of show it there, and then give it one last hurrah before I put it on YouTube for the rest of the world to see.
Yeah. Oh, that okay. Well, that's really great to hear. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me, and best of luck with everything.
Of course.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.